Welcome everyone to another video, and in this video we're just going to do a voiceover from some of my stream battles. I think this is like rank 12 to like 14 or something. I think this is just featuring two different teams. The first one, both of them are pretty interesting. They both have their, down pros and cons. So let's go ahead and take a look. This first one is Alteria, Gfis, and Superior. Superior being that hard as you answer. Obviously, basically in this team, like a Bomb of Snow lead is like a GG, right? So in this case, I'm lagging behind, so I'm just gonna no shield the Sky Attack, go for the Dragon Pulse. If they no shield, then I win the lead. If they shield, that's fine too. I'm gonna go into Gfis anyways. Obviously, I want to avoid Superior on Alteria, so I can get 7 more mud shots. Then I can get the next before they get to the next Sky Attack. But they must have did one Dragon Breath over because we end up CMP tying here, which is not super ideal. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm actually gonna undercharge this. Like a Rock Slide does around like 40%. So I'm gonna undercharge this and then look to farm down. Risky play on my side, but it's really the only realistic way that I'm going to be able to win here, because they're going to have Gfis answer for sure, and then with energy I can fight back against whatever is going to come in. So they come in Metacham here, so I switch. They got one extra counter, so I'm going to throw the Leaf Tornado here. In theory they shouldn't shield this Leaf Tornado, but it is CMP tied to their Ice Punch, because it's 6 seconds to the Ice Punch, is 5 seconds to the Leaf Tornado. They got one counter on the switch in. When I threw the Earthquake, I should say. They have a Bomb of Snow, so I can live a Weather Ball. So I'm actually going to no shield this because I want to preserve my shield. And I'm going to throw the Frenzy Plant here. They get extra Powder Snow in, which is not ideal there. And then this puts it into Rock Slide range, which is what I want. 1, 2. So I get an extra Mud Shot through, which is really huge for me. And then I know they're on their 5 cycle, so they need 5 more. So I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. They get an extra Powder Snow in, but it won't count because I'm gonna be able to KO. And now I'm at basically 100 energy, and now I'm just gonna be 2 away. I'm just gonna be able to barely survive and gonna be able to take out the Metacham. All right. We're gonna get into this next battle again. Same team. Alteria into Hypno. This is okay. As long as they don't have Ice Punch. I can live in Ice Punch. I can live the first Ice Punch, I should say. I tried to CMP tie there, but I ended up like throwing it at a really bad time, to be honest. So they no shield this. So they have enough for 2. I'm going to shield 1. If they have Thunder Punch, I would probably have to shield 1 anyways. Maybe not, actually. Yeah, it would have been close. So they come to Skarmory here. I'm going to build up to the Sky Attack and then switch out. Again, this is a good match for Gfis, obviously. But with the Rock Slide nerf that happened a super long time ago, actually makes this matchup so much more uncomfortable. So I'm going to do 1 Mud Shot and then throw to give up only 1 turn. And this one I go for, okay, so I just go for the extra Mud Shot, or at least the extra turn there. They throw the Sky Attack here. That's fine. Again, I'm going to throw 1, then go. I mostly don't want to just give up a full Air Slash, so I'm willing to play it out like this. So I am going to Rock Slide here. And then I think I switch and actually Dragon Breath down, because I don't want to spend another Rock Slide against that Skarmory. And also, I didn't want them to potentially get to a Brave Bird and throw the shield. So they ended up coming to Gfis here. But this is actually totally fine for me. Yeah, this game is basically over at this point in time. So I'm going to go up to I'm going to go... Normally I don't bait in this situation, but I baited here mostly because... I want to be able to threaten the Earthquake here. So I let it go. Because I might lose CMP. They end up Rock Sliding me. Which is also, I figured that they would Rock Slide me. So I decided to no shield. And then I'm going to switch here, and this game is basically over this one time. I get an extra Vine Whip through. They can only hit me with Rock Slides for neutral damage. And I'm going to throw, I think I throw the Frenzy Plant right away, because it doesn't really matter if I throw the Frenzy into the Hypno. And I no-shield this, just in case they have energy on Hypno, which they definitely don't. And I'm going to Leaf Tornado. I'm going to throw one Vine Whip and then throw the Leaf Tornado. That confusion damage won't register. This will definitely KO the Hypno. And then it's going to be one Vine Whip to KO the Chiefess. So Alteria generally pretty good against Hypno in the lead. Okay, so Alteria also pretty good against Galvantula. I have, my team's not that weak to Galvantula though. Obviously, Superior would struggle against it because they do hit with super effective lunges. So they came into a ground type. I was like, what the heck is this? So I just go into Superior here. I actually had no idea what came in before I switched. I throw the Leaf Tornado here, hoping that they would shield. They actually don't. But I get the debuff, so that's pretty good. So I'm going to farm all the way now. They throw the Weather Ball here. I have no idea why they have Weather Ball to us, because it's a normal Weather Ball, which means it's exactly the same as a Body Slam, but both of them don't have stab. I'm going to be able, with the debuff, I'm going to be able to survive. And then I'm going to throw the Frenzy Plant here. They get a Volt Switch through, so maybe I should have thrown a Vine Whip, then the Frenzy Plant, but I don't think it matters too much here. I'm going to combo play here. I actually thought at this point in time they had no shields, because I thought they would shield with it, but that's okay. So I have 2 shields here, though. It should be okay. If they have a counter user, then that kind of sucks, but they're gonna lunge me here. They're gonna lunge me again, which means I'm twice debuffed. They actually discharge me, so that actually made a huge difference in this match, because once I threw this Earthquake, I realized that I can just straight EQ here. I don't need to. I can just double shield as well, and then as well, assuming that the Galvantula is out of energy, I will be able to outpace it, because it only takes me 5 seconds to make it to a Rock Slide, and it takes them 6 seconds to make it to a lunge. And then, yeah, then if they threw the lunge there, I definitely would have lost the game. Or at least not would have lost the game. I would have had to catch a move. So definitely wouldn't have necessarily been a loss, but I would have had to catch a move. Because the lunge would have did more damage, and then as well debuff my attacks of the two Earthquakes debuffed would not have KO'd. Okay, alright. Guess we're watching the end of Greenish's battle here. Or Cindy's battle. Alright, we're going Alteria into Venusaur. Obviously, fantastic lead here. They come to their own G-Fists here. And then I go to Superior here. This is a really good matchup for Superior. You can just go straight. Frenzy Plant, obviously, the best move here. This is where I wish I had Aerial Ace for the Venusaur, because the Venusaur is definitely going to be able to farm quite a bit here. I take this Rock Slide. I could take one more Rock Slide, but I'm not going to. I'm going to throw the Frenzy Plant here. This Venusaur is going to look to farm me all the way down, so I'm going to build up. Unfortunately, this Venusaur is going to get a lot of energy. So I'm going to throw the Frenzy Plant here, just for some damage. And then I'm going to throw the Leaf Tornado. What I'm hoping with this Leaf Tornado, I said on stream, is I'm hoping for a debuff. Because honestly, 2 Sludge Bombs would definitely KO me from Shadow Venusaur. So with this debuff, now they have, if they throw, then they have no incentive to, but this game's over. G-Fist was just going to be too strong in the back. Venusaur double steal. Obviously a pretty common team. And we're going to go Alteria into Nidoqueen. This actually, you would think this would be a much better matchup for. I'd actually come into Azumarill. Interesting. So I'm going to throw the Frenzy Plane here. So this should be a CMP tie. I was a little bit slow on the switch, but that's okay. It is CMP tie. And I can throw 7 more Vine Whips. I think I actually get a little bit greedy here. And I'm just barely able to KO. And then I don't know why I Leaf Tornado here, because well, honestly, I thought they would shield, and I was hoping for the potential debuff there, but that's okay. They end up throwing the Poison Fang here. Honestly, Nidoqueen doesn't have the worst Alteria matchup, as we're gonna see in a little bit here. They have Skarmory here, and unfortunately, that's gonna be a GG right here. So we're just gonna throw a bunch of Rock Slides. Not really too much to commentate here, to be honest. Again, I throw typically if I don't need to fully optimize, then I throw at either on CMP like there, or I throw on after 1 or after 4. When you throw after 1, you only give up 1 turn because you get the Mud Shot plus. This game's over. You get the Mud Shot plus a charge move, and then they get an Air Slash. So you basically get like 2 turns of energy, and they get 3 turns. But you also get the charge move off, which I find is pretty favorable. So I no shield that, and then I'm gonna look to Sky Attack here. This game's over. All right, I think this last game is challenging. Can't remember. Okay. All right. Oh, actually, the next team here. Did I go 5-0 with it? No, I lost one of those games, right? Yeah. Anyways, so this is a very tough lead here. So I have Drapion, and then Azu and Metacham. I'm actually not entirely sure the logic on this team, but that's okay. So I throw the Ice Beam because I just want any damage off against this thing. I decide to no shield this. This is a very bait dependent situation here. They Hydro Cannon bait me here. So for sure they throw the Sludge Wave. Or at least it's a high probability that they're going to throw the Sludge Wave here. So I end up shielding. And then they come into Skarmory here. I am at least going to threaten the Hydro Pump. And then I'm going to throw another Ice Beam here. And I'm actually not 100% sure how to play this, so I think I let this go, then I switch straight into Metacham, I think. No. I try to go for another Ice Beam. Okay, barely try to go for another Ice Beam here. And then I switch out because I definitely did not want to get a Mud Shot down. And they come into Mandibuzz, which is not the worst case scenario here. I'm assuming they tried to catch the Psychic, which would have been pretty nice, but obviously they were in ice punch range. Yeah, so this is I throw another Ice Punch. I throw another Ice Punch here. I can live another Aerial-Ace, I think. Yeah, I can definitely live another Aerial-Ace. Aerial-Ace is such a trash move there. And I'm gonna bank that for some reason. Oh, it was because I figure I want to build up as much energy as possible. And then here comes Swampert. So I think I have the slight energy advantage here. So as long as they don't get to another... Well, I can live a Hydro Cannon, to be honest. So throw the Crunch here. And then I should be able to live this. I got the extra Poison Sting in. Live this pretty comfortably. And then it looks like I overtapped there, but that's totally fine. Poison Sting is a Thundershock clone, so I should have been able to get there one turn sooner, but that's okay. And I thought about Poison jumping down, no Poison Stinging down, but it's just not possible against the Mana Bus. To be honest, they're definitely gonna snarl me down. But I had an Ice Punch ready, so it really didn't matter too much there. All right, watch the beginning of Cindy's battle here. All right. We're going into this next one, Drapion into Venusaur. I am not 100% sure how to play this, so I do resist the quote unquote resist the frenzy plan, but you can see this does like absolute stupid amount. If I didn't resist it, I definitely would get one shotted there. And I throw the Sludge Bomb here. That's definitely not the right move. I think Double Crunch makes more sense, just because it ends up being an over. Like I end up over KOing this Venusaur, so I could have left with a little bit more energy here. I have 2 counters here, so I decided to switch out. And they have a Mew, which is actually okay for me. I actually played this matchup on the other side as a Mew versus a Medicham going straight Surf. Is actually way closer than it should be. Like it brought the Mew down to like into the red after the second Ice Punch. Medicham is just such a monster here. So I'm going to let this go, I believe. Which I end up barely surviving. So as you can see, Medicham just like super tanky. Obviously a Wild Charge would have KO'd there. And as you can see, this Mew, okay, they lagged a little bit there. I'm not entirely sure if they were lagging or just wanted to give me less farm or not. It didn't really matter here anyways. With 2 shields, it'd be a pretty straightforward matchup for me. Though G-Fist can definitely fight back against Azu with shields up if they call everything correctly. All right, so I'll go Drapion into Abomasnow. This is a good matchup for me. Doing super okay, and then they come into Medicham here. I bank the Crunch. They Psychic me. That's totally fine, as predicted. And they get no move through here. So I gotta throw the Psychic, through the play rough here. And what do you do here? I let this go. I have 2 counters to Abomasnow. It's not a huge deal for me to try to win switch here. I'm gonna throw the Ice Beam to KO this Medicham. And then I switch out mostly because I didn't want to get farmed down again. And I throw this Ice Punch because I want any damage off on this Swampert. Once I throw this Ice Punch and I land it, then it puts it into Crunch range, or I potentially grab a shield. End up getting a shield, which is really nice for me. And I get the extra counter through. I have to let this go because obviously I still have to worry about Energy Ball versus the Abomasnow. And I throw the Psychic here, predicting that they're not going to shield because they want to save the shield for Swampert. So I end up winning CMP here, but I actually don't think it mattered at all because I wouldn't be able to get the move off anyways because I was going to live it regardless. So I throw the Crunch here. They no shield, and I'm again looking just to get this extra Crunch through or extra Poison Sting through. So, but I think I end up losing CMP here. No, I end up getting the move and the charge move for some reason, and then I end up winning because I definitely should have lost that game, to be honest. But some weird mechanics there, but that's okay. It's all good. It is all good. All right. I believe this is... Nope, we have 2 more games here. Drapion. So Drapion into Politoed. This is quite bad for me. I don't know why I didn't switch out sooner, but that's quite alright. They come into Abomasnow. So I make a mistake. I don't know if this is a mistake, but I go for the play rough here. Maybe I should have went 2 Ice Beams to apply a little bit more pressure here. because especially since they're a little slow to switch, I should have, if I went trade Ice Beam, then I would have been able to beat them to the second one, but that's quite alright here. Yeah. I thought about shielding here, but I figured I'm just gonna try to fully farm down with Drapion. Unfortunately, I get hit by two. This is what sucks about Poison Sting, is that it just does so little damage that they just barely survive there to get this last Weather Ball, which I had unfortunately I have to shield, and then I throw the Sludge Bomb at this Politoed. They end up shielding it, which is really terrible for me, and then I think it's like a Metachim in the back, to be honest. So they're just gonna straight Weather Ball me. They're just looking to chip me down, but there's no win con for me here. Go straight for the Psychic, hoping that they won't shield. They end up shielding, which is not great for me. There's just no way for me to win here. Maybe if I baited, but if I baited, then I would have ended up in a CMP tie like this. Maybe actually, I'm not actually entirely sure I live this. I don't. And I'm gonna build up until a CMP tie. I'm gonna throw the crunch here. Should be enough to KO. Oh, it ended up being Scrafty. Okay. Well, at least I know how much a Sludge Bomb does. If I would double Sludge Bomb the Politoed, maybe I would have been in a much better situation, because then I could have straight Ice Punch to try to win the game there. But that's okay. Well played by my opponent. All right. I believe we're getting into the last battle here. Honestly, this one I straight hard countered them. So they had Drapion into Venusaur. They come into Baston here. This actually really confused me here. I wasn't sure if they... Yeah, this one really confused me here. Because I thought it was going to be... they're going to switch into G-Fist if it was Double Steel. So I can end up just straight up countering down this Bastiodon. And then I'm left with a 100 energy. They have no energy on their Venusaur. So I'm just going to straight Psychic here. I could Ice Punch bait, but there's not really much of a point here if I'm not playing to shield. And I'm going to overfarm a little bit here. And I'm going to throw the Psychic. And then they make a really nice play here. But at this point in time, the game is effectively over. So I shield this because I know I can make sure they're Psychic, and they do a really nice job counting there. And I get the Psychic off on this against this G-Fist here, but that's alright. Psychic actually does a little bit more damage than in Ice Punch. Despite being resisted, obviously Psychic having stab and a higher base damage move. They get the extra Mud Shot through, but that's quite alright. I'm gonna be able. They're gonna make an Earthquake like right here. And then I'm just going to let it go and look to bubble down. Got an extra bubble through. So that means I should be able to bubble down before they make it to even a Rock Slide here. I have the Ice Beam ready, which I don't think is enough to KO. If I remember the Venusaur's health. Yeah, it doesn't. And then I'm able to Poison Sting down and win the game there. So some two fun teams. Some ways to play around it. Obviously, the first team going to really struggle against... Abomasnow lead. If they lead as you, then you just go straight to G-Fist, and it's not the worst case scenario. And then obviously this team kind of struggles against Swampert leads, but as you can see there, it is playable if you do play it correctly. Anyways, I'm gonna leave there. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see everyone in the next video.